Good morning and welcome to another day here on planet Earth. I'm your merry gardener. This is Medium Latte, extra hot, episode 196. I'm feeling a lot better today. I do have a scratchy throat. I don't know why, but that's kind of lingering. I know my daughter had a cough, like one of those 100-day coughs which people are going on about, and I think potentially I've got that, I remember when she had it, it's kind of going, is it gone now? I can't remember. Oh, it's on the tail end of it, and you got the cough, but I think a few people that said they've had it said that it doesn't affect them physically, but it's bloody pain in the arse and it does hurt. It's like scratchy, a sore throat kind of thing. So I'm going to take some pills if it starts hurting. I'm going to crack on with the day. But we're talking about Banksy today. As you can see on the screen here, Banksy has created a new piece of art and is related to gardening because he's incorporated a tree into it. As you can see here, I'm going to read the story. We're going to watch the actual news report on the BBC and see what it's all about. So Banksy artist confirms new London tree mural is his own work. Let's press play. Look at that monstrosity, the tree I'm talking about.
So close up, to be completely honest, it isn't that impressive. You can see the stencil guy that looks unmistakably Banksy, but the whole point about this art, I think, is to actually track back a little bit and work in the tree. And there you get your statement, probably about the environment. Now, Banksy left it more than a day before he admitted it was indeed one of his, which really fueled the speculation, and it certainly has already drawn in the crowds here. We've spoken to people who happened to be passing by, who wanted to come and have a look, people who'd seen and heard it on the news and thought they'd come down. And that's kind of the point about Banksy, isn't it? It builds up this buzz that becomes a bigger thing in its own right. Now, one of the big questions that many people here have been asking is that, will the same thing happen here as has done in the past to Banksy's, i.e. someone will come along and take it in some way? There's a 30-foot wall there and a great big tree, so I kind of think it's unlikely.
It's a big tree. Yeah. So let's read the story as well. Banksy has confirmed that he is behind a new art work that appeared in North London on Sunday. The street artist uploaded before and after pictures of the Finsbury Park mural, can't speak today, mural, to social media on Monday. It shows green paint sprayed on a wall behind a cut back tree to look like foliage, with a stencil of a person holding a sprayer next to it. Crowds had gathered to see the mural. Oh, I keep saying mural. Stop it. Gathered to see the mural, with one local saying they were proud their street had been chosen. It feels like a personal message to us residents. We just feel so proud, said Wanja Sellers, who lives along the street from the mural. Former Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn told the PA news agency he was delighted to see the artwork in his Islington North constituency. Banksy's come to Finsbury Park with a bit of greenery in a place that needs it, a bit more greenery. We're the most densely populated constituency in the country, and I'm just delighted, the MP said. The mural shows a great arterial spray of green paint across a white wall, accompanied by a classic Banksy-style stencil, according to James Peake, who created blah, 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 blah. Oh, there you go. This is before and afters. So I'm guessing, okay, so they've cut that back. It was hanging over, so I guess the council probably did that. Doesn't look very good, does it? He says it probably would have been created using a pressure hose or fire extinguisher. The colour of the green paint used matches that used by Islington Council for signs in the local area, which Mr. Peake said demonstrated Banksy's eye for detail. Just checking the time. When you step back, it looks like the tree is bursting to life, but in a noticeable fake and synthetic way. It's spring now, and this tree should be bursting forth with leaves, but Banksy must have cycled past and thought how miserable it looks, he said. Before the artist confirmed it was a piece of work, Islington Councillor Flora Williamson said it would be incredible to have Banksy artwork right in the middle of social housing and one of the poorest parts of the borough. I think it adds intrigue and culture and brings the area to life. Islington Council said its graffiti removal team is aware of the artwork and won't remove it. The council believes the cherry tree in the foreground of the artwork is around 40 to 50 years old and is in declining health with decay, fungi and damage. It says it has been maintaining and pruning the tree for some time, both for safety and to help prolong its lifespan, and will continue to work in to keep the tree alive. The elusive artist usually confirms his work on his website and social media, and on Monday he posted images of the artwork on Instagram with no caption. In his post, the starkly bare tree can be seen with a plain white wall behind it prior to creation of the mural. Alex, whose company owns the building with the mural on, said he found out about it late on Sunday night and came down to see it for the first time. He said the building was currently vacant and on the rental market. The question is, what do I do with it now? What am I meant to do with it now? I definitely plan on keeping it there and letting people enjoy it. Everyone's loving it, which is great. I just can't really believe it. Still, to be honest, he said, Banksy is one of the world's most famous artists, but his identity remains official. Maybe he can charge more money for people to stay in a Banksy building. He can make a bit of moolah off that. Mural. His most famous works include Kissing Coppers, yeah, we know all that, and The Girl with the Balloon, of course. The artist's most recent known piece, a stop sign with 3 military drones on it, was stolen just hours after it had been confirmed as authentic. Just go in there, chop it down, no, take it off. 2 men were rebowed for theft. Blimey, yeah. With officers still trying to track down the artwork, which was taken from South London Street. Speaking to BBC Radio's Four's Today programme, Mr. Peake said that the incorporating a tree into the artwork Banksy has solved an emerging problem of people trying to steal his artwork. Yeah, you're not going to take in that tree. Although I can see someone chopping that down in the night, which happened to, we know what, the Sycamore Gap tree. I don't think anyone's going to nick it. They might chop it down. How are you going to steal a tree? Yeah, you're not stealing that tree. And the wall. Like, yeah, that'll take days. Not happening. You just wouldn't bother, would you? There you go, people. What do you think about it? Oh, look. I put that on in the night. Now. What do you think? I like Banksy. I love Banksy's stuff. I love the fact that he goes in the night. Have you seen the documentary, the Banksy documentary, which is called Exit Through the Gift Shop, which is hilarious because it's about you think it's a documentary about Banksy, but it's actually ends up being a documentary about the guy who was making the documentary, because he made like the worst documentary ever, and then Banksy said, well, this is terrible, I'm going to turn this into a documentary about you because you're way more fascinating than me. And it was just like, oh my god, genius. But yeah, that guy became an artist and ended up ripping off all of the graffiti artists and becoming huge. But like, just Banksy was just like, what the fudge, man? This guy's just copying everyone, but he's becoming massive. He's like, it was strange. What's his name? Mr. something. It's not Mr. Beast, because that's a YouTuber. It's someone will tell me. What's the guy's name? Mr. Brainwash. There you go. Mr. Brainwash. His stuff sells for absolute thousands, if not millions. But he started out just following Banksy around and filming him, and then making a really bad documentary, and then Banksy going, I'm going to make one about you. And then kind of off the back of that, he became Mr. Brainwash and started doing his own graffiti. And then just like, he's now like, if not bigger than Banksy, because he's like in America, I guess, there's more money and stuff there. But yeah, it's a great, actually, I'm going to watch it again. Guys, have a great day. I will see you on the morrow. Take care. Bye now.